You're probably all wondering what my final thoughts are on Heihachi after 1 week and whether I'll be playing him in tournaments. Well, the answer is, yo guys, I pray that you're all doing well. I'm back with another video, and this time it's about Heihachi. Now, I've been wanting to make this video for some time, but you know, I thought I'd spend some time with the character. It's been a week since his early access release. I've played around 1,000 games with him in ranked, got over 200,000 ranked points as well, so yeah, I thought I'd wait, maybe spend time with the character and experience, just so I can give a proper opinion on what I think about the character. And yeah, I'll just talk about what I think about Heihachi, the way he currently plays and how strong he is. So yeah, before I get into that guys, remember to like, comment and subscribe, because I'll have a lot more Heihachi content coming very soon. So Heihachi as a character has changed quite a lot since Tekken 7, and I definitely think he's harder to play now because of these changes, and I think he favors defense more than offense now, outside of Heat and Warrior's Instinct. Like in Tekken 7 you could do things like down forward 1, 1-1, but now you can't even do that, and you can't loop these things because down forward 1 is -5 on block, as is 1-1. So in Tekken 7 you'd be able to poke with like down forward 1 into sidestep, or even 1-1 into sidestep. Now you can't do that because of these frame changes. Now I don't necessarily agree with the down forward 1 change and the 1-1 change. I think 1-1 should at least be -3, and I think down forward 1 being -5 is overkill, and you only really feel these changes when you're playing Heihachi in game, you know. These changes make Heihachi feel kind of janky and heavy, and it really makes you think like you can't be doing those things when you get countered for it in game. So yeah, I think the down forward 1 change is something that really irritates me, because the hitbox is also changed. Now as long as the hitbox changes on his down forward 1, the tracking has also been changed, and of course the frames, which we spoke about earlier. Now tracking is something I'm going to be talking about a lot when it comes to Heihachi, because it's one of his biggest weaknesses. But yeah, his down forward 1 doesn't track as well as it used to. If you want his down forward 1 to track well, you need to commit with either down forward 1-1, which is a mid-high, which is a risk, and then he has down forward 1-2, which is new. This is pretty good because it's safe, but this can be stepped and interrupted if you charge it up with a just frame. And if you don't charge it up, this is -13. So yeah, you need to be more mindful when you play Heihachi now, and you need to be very careful about the moves that you use and when you use them. Now the next move I want to talk about is Heihachi's back 4. In Tekken 7, back 4 used to be a homing mid which counter launched and was safe. But in this game, it's no longer homing and it only tracks to one side, but it's still a quick counter launching mid which is also safe with a ton of range. Now I kind of do miss the homing properties, but I don't mind the change too much. Again, it comes down to being more mindful when you're playing Heihachi. You really need to be careful about your offense. And again, it feels as if they want you to play more defense with Heihachi. Back 4 on whiff is literally death. You don't want to whiff this move because the whiff recovery is insane. As you can see, it's as if he stumbles over something. But anyways, I still think back 4 is a great move and a great mid. It's going to be one of his go-to moves to use in neutral. But yeah, he also does crazy damage from this as well. Don't mind my ass combos, but this is just something. You know, 92 damage without heat is pretty good. So yeah, I still do like the new back 4. And it's something that we're going to have to get used to as Heihachi players. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was his tracking. Now his tracking overall has been nerfed heavily. And I think in Tekken 7 his tracking was pretty good. He had moves like 4-2-3, obviously back 4. But yeah, he no longer has 4-2-3, which is a shame. It's a move I really liked using with Heihachi in Tekken 7. But yeah, like even his new strings right now don't track the best. Like literally nothing tracks as well as it used to, you know. I'll even try 4-2-2. Easily sidesteppable to the right. But yeah, I guess they want you to use more of his homing moves. Upward 4 is his homing move, which is pretty good as it guarantees forward 4-2, and it also, you can get a dash omen. And he also has back 3, which is a good I-14 homing high. Doesn't have the best range, but it's still something great, you know, as a homing move. That's something I haven't gotten used to implementing into my game plan yet. But yeah, it's definitely something I'll start using more. You know, back 3, you can also do back 3-3, back 3-2 as well, which is high. So since we're on the topic of tracking nerfs, one of his main moves, which is 4-4-2, has also been nerfed. It doesn't track as well as it used to, and the pushback is also slightly less on block compared to Tekken 7, so it leaves you closer to the opponent. So most characters can now punish and launch this, so you have to be careful about how you use 4-4-2 in Tekken 8. So Heihachi has 2 stances in Tekken 8. He has the Wind God stance and he also has the Thunder God stance. So I'll start off by talking about the Wind God stance first. So you can enter both of these stances from different moves. So let me just go over some of the options from the Wind God stance. So he has Wind God stance 2, which is a mid electric that launches, that's -10. It's safe in Warrior's Instinct. He has Wind God 1-1. This is a great move. It's a heat engager which is twitch hit confirmable, and you can also mix this with Wind God 1-2, which is his old down forward 1-2. Both of these wall splat, which is really good in my opinion, and you can also heat dash from this to get a guaranteed stomp or omen. He also has Wind God 1+2, which is a mid power crush, homing mid power crush, which is also pretty good to throw out sometimes, you know, to stop your opponent from stepping. He has Wind God 3-4, which is his hunting hook, which is +4. Again, another good option. He also has a low. I think the low is very important to have from a stance, just to try and get people to duck. But yeah, the only thing is it's not the best on hit, on normal hit. Doesn't really do anything on counter as well. On normal hit it's -4, so yeah, not the best, but it's still something, you know. And he also has a throw. So let's start talking about his Thunder God stance. I personally think this stance is better than his Wind God stance. Obviously we've all seen the 2 option which guard breaks, a homing high guard break, and at the wall you can get 1-1-2, which wall splats. You can also go for 1-2-2, which goes into Wind God stance, which is really good in the neutral. The other options he has from this is Thunder God 1, which gives a high wall splat. You can also get a combo from this as well, which is pretty cool, you know. And it's only -11, and it becomes safe in Warrior's Instinct. The other options he has is 3, Thunder God 3, which is a knockdown mid, which is also really good. He also has Hell Sweep. Now you can also choose to do like double Hell Sweep. You can choose to just do Hell Sweep 3, Hell Sweep 3, or even you can do things like Hell Sweep 1, you know. So yeah, I think these are great options. And then of course he has the throw, which is one of my favorite options, you know. It just looks so cool. It's really quick as well, unbreakable, and I think it's homing as well. You can't really step this. But yeah, I think some great options from the Thunder God stance. It's a stance I use way more than the Wind God stance. So yeah, overall I don't think his stances are too scary, as most of the options can be option selected or interrupted. So yeah, I kind of understand the direction they're going in with Heihachi, but I still think the stances are a good addition, and it's something that we're gonna have to get used to. I want to talk about how he looks. I think he looks cool. You know, I'm not surprised Bandai Namco did justice with his redesign. I mean, most of the characters look great in this game besides Paul and Steve. But yeah, I think he looks cool. His animations are also great. He sounds great as well. That's something I was really skeptical about. You know, when the old voice actor passed away, I was like, if Heihachi's coming back, who's gonna do his voice acting? And I think they did him justice. He sounds great. It still gives that Heihachi feel, you know. He still feels like the old man, the face of Tekken, the final boss, you know. So yeah, I'm happy with the way he looks and sounds. Now Heihachi's punishment is arguably one of the best in the game. From standing he gets 1-1-2 as a 10 frame, which wall splats and gives the animation similar to Deviljin's. He also has 1-2-2. This also transitions into Wind God stance. He has 2-2 as an 11 frame, which is safe, a good addition, and he has 4-1+2, which gives plus 14 guaranteed, so you can do Death Fist for Heat Engager, you can do down forward 4-2, you can even go for down forward 1-2. Or if you're good enough, you can do forward 1+2. Now this also launches in Heat, so you can get a Heat Dash. For his 13 frame, he has down forward 1-2. As his 14 frame, he has back 1-4, which is pretty good. As the Oki's decent, you can do things like down 1 if they move. A lot of people don't know you can get forward 4-2 if the opponent doesn't tap up. You get a free forward 4-2, which is good. But yeah, as his 14 frame, he has the down forward 3 string, which is good overall. I like his punishment in this game. I think his punishment's amazing, and I kind of understand again the direction that they're going in. They want you to maybe defend more with Heihachi outside of Heat and Warrior's Instinct. You can't really play him in the pitbull offense way that you used to be able to play him in Tekken 7. I don't mind this change too much, of course, but yeah, I really like his punishment. I think it's so good. Now, on top of all this standing punishment, he also has a 13 frame electric, which is a very good buff. This basically means you can now do 13 frame electrics to punish things like hop kicks, for instance, or like some strings that are minus 13. Before it was only Kazuya that had this, but now Reina and Heihachi have this change, which is a great addition to their toolkit. And yeah, I'd like to see Heihachi players punishing with 13 frame electrics, which would be so hype. So let's talk about his wall standing punishment. I think his wall standing punishment is really good. He has wall standing 4-4, which can go into stance, plus 6 when it goes into stance, and still 0 on hit. It does a decent chunk of damage, and it's also twitch hit confirmable, which is pretty cool. This could be used as a good move to track opponents that are stepping. He has wall standing 1, which is still I-13 and guarantees Omen, or you can do 4-4-2 if you want to go for the easier option, or even Death Fist. He has full crouch down forward 2, which is a new addition. Now this is his new 15 frame launcher, which is really good, you know. I'm really happy they gave this to him, especially in Tekken 8, where a lot of lows from characters are launch punishable, and it just makes things easier compared to the old wall standing 3 used to have, which was I-18. Wall standing 3 is still good to use in my opinion at the wall, because it's a safe move now which wall splats, and it's got a great range, you know. And you can mix this up with, of course, full crouch down forward 4. But yeah, from crouch you can also do upward 2-1, which is I-19. And this is a great move to use when you're in Heat, because you can do a Heat Dash. You can use this to punish, obviously, stagger lows and whatnot. But yeah, I'm overall happy with his wall standing punishment, especially with the new I-15 launcher. Another addition I really like with Heihachi is his new just frame changes he has to moves like back 2, down forward 1-2, and even in this string you can get the blue frame as the blue just frame as you just saw there, which gives I think 5 extra damage. But yeah, I really like these changes. Back 2 you can also get a gold just frame, which is the true just frame, which is pretty hard to do, but with practice it's not too hard. And these really help with his combo game as well. Like having a tailspin like back 2 is so good. Like there you go, I just got the gold one there. It looks really cool, and I think it's a really cool addition to the execution side of things when it comes to Heihachi. You know, he's still execution heavy, which is something I've always liked about Heihachi, and it's satisfying when you can hit those things. And the same with down forward 1-2, you also can get the gold just frame. There you go. Or you can just go for the blue. Damn, I keep getting the gold one. There you go, there's the blue one. But yeah, I really like these changes, and I'm happy they added these little things to Heihachi. It just makes him so much fun, and he's a character right now I enjoy playing way more than Reina. I never thought I'd say that because Reina's so much fun, but yeah, I actually like Heihachi more than Reina. Heihachi's combo game and wall carry and damage in general has been upgraded so much since Tekken 7, and it's one of the main reasons why I like playing him. You can switch up your combos depending on the situation and whatnot. But yeah, you can go for like triple electric into forward 3. Then you can go for back 2 tailspin, or you can even go for something like up forward 3-4 into dash heat burst, which also works, you know. I really like what they've done to his combo game. It makes it feel new and refreshing. So yeah, I'm really happy with his combos. Although it's still execution heavy, it's something that's always stayed true to like Heihachi's image and his core game plan. You know, he's always had hard combos. Same with Tekken 7, where he'd have to do like double electric into 4-2-3, back 4-2-3 and whatnot. So yeah, I really like his combos. There's a lot of variety and different routes you can take, but all in all, I'm happy, and I'm really excited to see like some of the optimal stuff that people come out with, because his damage right now is insane, and I don't think we've found like the optimal combos yet. I think with time we'll find some crazy stuff, so I'm really looking forward to that. Now, I'm not the best at doing combos, but another route you can take for wall carry is double electric into 4-3 and then hell sweep. Now this is great for wall carry, and I think it's worth it if you get this down. And you do something like that, you know. So yeah, again, great addition and great upgrade from Heihachi's combo system. Super cool. I'm really happy with the way you can just change up your combos. And yeah, like overall, great damage. I think the damage should stay as it is, honestly, because of his obvious weaknesses that he has. So I think a character like Heihachi should keep his damage. I don't think it should be toned down. And again, his combos are hard to do. It's not like anyone can just pick up Heihachi and do his combos, you know. So yeah, I'm happy with the way Heihachi's damage and combos currently are. Let's hope it doesn't get changed in the future. So in Tekken 8, Heihachi no longer has access to Raijin parry, but he does have back 1+2. Now back 1+2 is pretty good in my opinion. It's something I don't use, but I need to start using it. It's very active, and you can't really cancel this, so the 1+2 always comes out regardless of if you parry something or not, you know. In heat, it gives a heat dash into a guaranteed hit, which is pretty good. So I think that's a cool addition. He also has up back 2, which is really good against characters like Steve. It's a safe high Sabaki, which has good range as well and knocks down a normal hit. At the wall, he gets, surprisingly, he gets a wall splat, which is really, really good. It's something I don't see many Heihachi players use, and again, it's something we all need to start using because I think it's such a great addition. Again, like getting that much damage from a normal hit Sabaki is pretty cool, you know. And here's up back 2 in action. And also I'll show what it does at the wall, which is similar to what it does on normal hit. It's just a different animation, you know. But yeah, I really like up back 2. It's one of my favorite moves. I'm going to start using this more for sure. And yeah, I think it's a great addition to just use, for instance, in doing things like 1 back 2 into up back 2, you know, and or even like down forward 1 into up back 2. And again, you can also use the back 1+2 parry as well after these moves, you know, just to try and catch people off guard and cause them to hesitate so they can play more defensively against Heihachi. But yeah, I really like the new parry and Sabaki that they've given Heihachi. Super cool. Now I want to talk about Heihachi in heat. I really like Heihachi in heat. He has access to up forward 4-1, which is an extension from his homing move, which is also safe, and it wall splats as well. On block, I think it's, yeah, +2, so it's pretty good. A nice addition to have. He also has down 3-2, sorry. This does a lot of damage, and it's good to implement into combos as an ender. He also has access to down back 1+2, which is pretty good because on normal hit at the wall, it wall splats. So this is really good, and yeah, it looks super cool as well, you know. But yeah, he also has access to something else, which is, I think, pretty useless, because for some reason this wastes all of his heat bar, which is really stupid, I guess. I don't know why it wastes the whole heat bar, but yeah, I don't imagine people will use this unless they're trying to troll someone or send a message. But yeah, I like Heihachi's options from heat. Of course, he has his heat engages which you can dash from like forward forward 1+2 to get a full combo from. He also has up forward 2-1 you can get a full combo from. TCF 2 gives a guaranteed follow-up. So yeah, and again also has Wind Guard 1-1 which gives a guaranteed follow-up as well. So yeah, I'm happy with Heihachi's heat as well. You know, it's not completely useless. It's pretty strong, and I think we could definitely use this to our utility to try and fight some of the top tiers in Tekken 8 currently. So the last thing I want to talk about is Warrior's Instinct. Now, Warrior's Instinct is one of my favorite things about Heihachi. It's so much fun. It's literally like ultimate boss mode Heihachi. And it's something I think he really needed, especially in this game, to fit in the Tekken 8 meta, you know. It's basically when he gets full stacks, as you can see, with a number 3 flashing. So you activate this, and he gets access to so many different things. Now let's go over what he gets access to. The first thing I want to talk about is Twin Piston. Now this is an I-13 launcher, which launches in Warrior's Instinct. Now, if your opponent's -12, let's say, and you're in Warrior's Instinct, you can do forward 1+2 into Twin Piston, which is so big, in my opinion. I think using this as a punishment tool is insane, like, honestly. The other thing he has in Warrior's Instinct is 1-1-2. This does more damage, has a different animation, and wall splats from further away, which is super cool. He also has 1+2, which guarantees forward 2. He can also do 1+2 into 1+2, but this is a lot more strict. But it gives more damage, so it's something worth practicing. He has 1 back 2-2. This deletes recoverable health, and in combos, it gives a guaranteed follow-up. So like you can do Omen or a Stomp. He also has forward 3 in Warrior's Instinct, which is +1 on block, which is a nice addition. Mixing this with the Hell Sweep is super important. Now the Hell Sweep, let's talk about the Hell Sweep. Now the Hell Sweep, single Hell Sweep does not stagger. And double Hell Sweep is still -10. So mixing this up with forward 3 is really important. But yeah, you can do things like Hell Sweep into the mid, or you can just go for double Hell Sweep, which will launch, you know. So yeah, I think this is a really, really good thing to utilize, and you have to be very careful utilizing it. You can't just throw stuff out, like throwing out 1+2s and stuff, which is something that I do. I think you gotta play more careful. But again, in Warrior's Instinct, you can kind of play more aggressive, like how you did in Tekken 7, with Hell Sweeps and whatnot. But yeah, he also has access to his electric, his mid-electric from stance, which is -3 with pushback, which is really good as well. So you can do things like forward 3 into mid-electric, you know, just in case people try and duck. And if they duck, you get a free launch. Also, in Warrior's Instinct, when you do combos and whatnot, there's basically the blue bar, which you can see in the opponent's side. Now this basically means it's deleting any recoverable health, so there's going to be no recoverable health when you're in Warrior's Instinct and you're dealing damage to them. So this is a great addition. It's super cool. I really like this, and I'm glad they gave this to him, because I think without Warrior's Instinct, Heihachi would be so lackluster and stale. So this is a great addition. Of course, it fits Heihachi's personality as well. So yeah, I think Warrior's Instinct is strong, but don't get me wrong, you can still lose with Warrior's Instinct. I've been losing with Warrior's Instinct. So many other players I've been watching have been losing with Warrior's Instinct. So yeah, it's not necessarily a free round. It's just like a buffed Heihachi, which is super cool. But yeah, again, this helps to fight against some of the top tiers we currently have in Tekken 8, which are literally so much more easier than Heihachi. But again, a great addition to Heihachi. You're probably all wondering what my final thoughts are on Heihachi after 1 week, and whether I'll be playing him in tournaments. Well, the answer is, I think Heihachi is a mid-tier character. He's still tournament viable. I think all characters in Tekken 8 are tournament viable. I think Heihachi in this game requires you to be more mindful in your offense, and it kind of forces you to play more defensive because his tracking isn't the best. Some of these generic tools being nerfed is such a big game changer, and I don't think it's something I necessarily agree with, but it's something we're gonna have to get used to. I think he's also more execution heavy. He still has these same weaknesses, you know, it's hard to open people up. Especially against people like Turtle against Heihachi, it's really hard to open them up. So yeah, I think Heihachi is a solid mid-tier. That could change over time, you know. But yeah, I still think I'll try him out in tournaments. I still have him as a secondary. Yeah, I'm happy with what they've done with Heihachi, but I'd also like to see some changes like I mentioned in this video. But yeah, Heihachi is okay. One thing I like to tell people when they're playing Tekken 8 Heihachi is to try and play him to fit like the Tekken 8 meta, you know. Try not to play him like how you used to play him in Tekken 7. It's a completely different character now, so you need to play him as he's supposed to be played in Tekken 8. But yeah, if I was to rank Heihachi when it comes to the Mishimas, I'd say Jin is probably the strongest Mishima, followed by Reina or Kazuya, and then it's Heihachi, and then it's Devil Jin. But yeah guys, that's all from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Please like, comment and subscribe, as I'll be doing more Heihachi content soon. I also plan to work on my Heihachi guides that everyone's been asking me for. But yeah, if you'd like to see any more content similar to this or different type of content, please let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.